Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome to this alternate build I have created of the LEGO Star Wars The Last Jedi Resistance Transport Pod, and I have turned it into the Resistance Bunker. So let's get into it. And to start off, we just have this little side build that just to hold some piping and tools for maybe repairing the bunker when things go wrong, but you can just turn this around and you can see that there's actually on the back a hidden weapon storage where we have a pistol, a couple of bombs, as well as this very large brick-built bomb. So yeah, that's a thing. But in moving that off to the side, you can see that here we have the main bunker, which has a few features that you can see from the outside. To start off, we have this little piping here. Don't know why that's there, but I did put it there for reasons unknown. But then you can see that on each side there is a spring-loaded shooter for just some point defense. You know how those work. The tails are just sticking out the back of the bunker, and you'll see that in a minute when I turn it around. But you can see that up top here there's this little stud turret, and you could pose a figure manning that, although it is a bit difficult, and you'd have to have them standing back. But just using rows, you can see that, well, it doesn't work perfectly. You can sort of have them gripping it in one hand and sort of turning it off to the side a little, like... Yeah, that's the best I could really do for that. But still, I think it's still a nice feature, even if it looks better when there isn't someone at it. But over here we have this feature that's honestly one of my favorite parts of the whole model, because you have this little observation post with a pair of orange electro binoculars, and you could just have your figure holding that when they're in this, but basically the feature is very simple. There's just a little rod I'll show you on the inside, and you can just push that up to extend the observation post. Pretty simple. And you can see that over here there's this little minifig head I knocked over, and that's part of a little booby trap here, because the idea is that if the First Order comes knocking, there's a trap. Well, obviously there's all this defense stuff, but there's also, if they try to open the door, it will move that little sensor dish, well, not a dish, but that sensor piece, which will then just drop that blue minifig head, which is supposed to be a bomb. And obviously, if you want this to be just a normal door with no hostiles coming, you could just remove that headpiece. Yeah, and inside you can see BB-8, so let's get to the interior, just by turning this around. Sorry about that, but anyway, just by turning this around, we can get to the interior, and starting on the left, you have a little medical bay, where you sort of have this bed for someone that's gotten injured and is in need of why can I not use words? Basically, just for the medical bay, here we just have Finn on this simple little bed, and over here you can see maybe you can see a little readout as well as some medical equipment. Maybe that's like some Bacta. Is Bacta the stuff in Bacta tanks? I don't know, probably, yeah. I don't know what a Bacta tank really is. Please tell me in the comments. I'm super interested to know the exact properties of a Bacta tank. I mean, like, it's just a thing that heals people, that's all I know. But anyway, so over here you can just see there's a clip for Finn's blaster, and you can also see that if I put this back in, you can see the axle that you would just push up to raise the tower. Then over here, you just have a clip for another blaster, and there's this little computer terminal where you could just stand a figure to look at some data. Pretty simple, but if you pull this out, let me just try it. Okay, yeah, if you pull that out, you just have a couple of thermal detonators on the wall. And yeah, that's really all there is to this MOC. It's pretty simple. There's not much to it, but I think it's pretty good. I mean, turning that weird escape pod, at least I think it's an escape pod. It's either an escape pod or like a troop transport cockpit, which I think might be a B-wing cockpit. I don't know, it's confusing, but whatever the set was, I thought it was pretty good, and I turned it into this bunker because potatoes. And that's really all I have here, so thank you all so much for watching. I will be posting instructions for this model in, I don't know, maybe like a week or so. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in my next video. Farewell.